going on YouTube? It's Tate Therm 96 and I'm back with you guys some more video content. On today, I will be showing my dad 1972 Buick Electra 225 that most people call them deuce in the quarter. Starting out first, we see the car got Vogue tires on it, and the wheels, I don't know if they call them big bones or Kragers, but they got those on. This is a very nice car. This car has been in our family for over 40 plus years. My uncle bought this car new and he passed away, and my dad bought it from his wife, and so my dad had it a little over a year, and so that's how this car got to our family. My uncle was very nitpicky about his cars, and he kept them up. And I want to say this car don't even have like 72,000 miles on it. A very nice car. It's in great shape. All right, y'all. So I was giving y'all a little insight on the car. I'm gonna let my dad give y'all more insight because he's known about the car longer than I have. This the legend himself, where I get all of this car enthusiast crap from, which is my dad, and which is something he introduced me to, and that's something that'll keep your pockets low if you let it. But these cars, this is where I get the game from. This is where I get my passion for cars from. This is my dad, Nate Thurman. So he's gonna give you guys more details about the cars. Stay tuned.
Just as spoken, this is a 72 Buick Electra. This has always been a passionate car to the family that we always have wanted. Now that we have it, it's a big car, but we still love these type of cars. I like it due to the cleanliness of it. My uncle actually kept this car stored in garage at his property. We always wanted to see this car. I also like it because of the boomerang that's on the back of it. You don't see any of these on cars anymore. This is something that's very old and original that he had installed on the vehicle. With that being said, the old body looks pretty good. It's got a big block in it, one of those slow 455 engines. But in just a little while, it's gonna transform here. So while my son is out here taking these pictures and videos, I'm gonna be more than happy to come back and show you guys what it's really gonna look like in a matter of time. As you can see, this car has not had any interior work or anything. My uncle always kept it up just like it was before he bought it from the factory or whomever he purchased it from. As I also must say, I love this car. It's all original, but I'm gonna change it up here very soon. This is gonna be my Christmas gift to me. But I'm very proud of my son and having the enthusiasm to be a car fanatic.
That's who I get it from.
Also, this car has the original motor in it, which is a 455 Buick engine that actually still runs good. The air and the heat, everything works in the car. And we will be doing more updates on this old car pretty soon. The old motor is still original. But my uncle, he didn't drive it much. But it's all original and everything works on the car. And
let's get that 455 stick on there.
Okay, yeah, it's got that old dash 4. I wonder what that means. Does it have a 4-barrel or 2-barrel on it? I'm not sure, but anyway, everything works on this old car. But y'all stay tuned for the updates on this car. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna start the old car up and let you guys hear how it sounds. It's inside of it. You got the air on. Something about those park lights being on an old car. I just love to cut them on. I don't care what old car it is, but I just love to have the park lights on the car. And this car is very quiet, man. I love the back lights on it. The tail lights on the 225s, they are very nice. Everything pretty much still work on this car. It's got this I like this side light. You know, you see these on the older cars, like the older Broms and older cars that had packages on them. And I like this chrome piece that comes down on the skirt right here. That's on the car. But my dad, he's gonna do a restoration on it and paint it another color. He said he's gonna put a candy color on it. I haven't seen too many of these cars from where I'm from in Mississippi. So it's definitely gonna stand out because you don't see many of them. Got a light in the grill here. I think he said he's gonna take that out that my uncle put in. Got a mud flap right there. I'm pretty sure he's gonna put that in. Now, if you're an old school car person and enthusiast, what is this thing right here on the curb? What is that utilized for? Let me know in the comments, guys. What do you use? What are these made for? My uncle had to put that on there. But yeah, man, it's just a nice old car. It's in great shape. We often cruise in it a lot when we go in places. My dad says on the interstate it'll eat it up and will go, but I never tried it out, so I'm not gonna be the one here to tell you about that. But I like this old car. This is one of my dad's cars in his personal collection. Stay tuned, guys. Let me know in the comments, would you drive something like this? What would you pay for a car like this in this good of condition? A 1972 Buick Electra 225. Oh, y'all, I forgot to just give y'all a full detailed view of the inside of this car. Everything is pretty much new. I mean, original in this car. Nothing has been changed other than my dad installed a Pioneer radio in it. And my uncle always had this seat cover on it, but there's nothing like these seats. They're like grandma couches. They have more cushion than anything in them. On the inside, it's pretty much in good condition. These still are my uncle hats. He was a very neat, a neat freak about his cars, and always kept his cars up. So, yeah, this is this old 1972 Buick Electra 225. Stay tuned, guys. All right, y'all. So we finna show y'all more of his pride and joys, and I don't think these will never be fulfilled. One car on here that we finna show you, he done had longer than I've been born, and I was born in '96. So he probably, when he had the car since, was it 90?
Since about 1994. 1993. Dad bought it when I was 14 years old. He bought this car for me. It's always been my pride and joy. That's why I let it sit back here, because I don't want it to ever go anywhere. It's a 1962 Chevy Impala that I've had for a long time. It actually still cranks, runs, needs some air in the tires. As you can see, the old interior in the car is still pretty good. Just needs to be wiped down, vacuumed out, started up a little bit, driven. But this is my pride and joy. I love this car. This is something that I will not sell. No matter what the price is, not that anybody cares to have it. It's my pride. And I will not sell this car. This is a car given to me at the age of 14 years old. It's pretty much all original. Got the old original wheels and caps on it there. I mean, as you can see, the old chrome and all, still in good shape. Door still closed good. I don't think his door closed that good. But anyway, this is my old car. I love this car. I just need to put a battery in it and put the carburetor back on it, because I took it off and installed it on another vehicle that I had. But it still got the old generator on it. Everything's all original on this old car, but like I said, it just needs to be started up. Hadn't been started in a long time.
That was these horns called an air horn?
Well, no, that's the original factory horn that was made in 1962, to my knowledge.
Man.
Nothing on this car has been changed other than it being weathered. But this is it, folks. I mean, all the old chrome and whatnot is still on the car. It just really needs to be cleaned.
I like the 62s on the front of them. They look better than the 64 to me. How they got the 2 headlights, again, how the bumper has an extra guard right here. I like that. I never really even paid attention to that. That's very different. Well, y'all, let me show you him. He being quiet over here, but this the interstate monster. I don't care if you got a Porsche, he would try to race you on the interstate if you beside this car. This one right here, y'all. I want to try him at Bonneville. That's the only one I think that might have a chance with it. But after driving the car, I know it don't have a chance with it. This sucker would fly. It's a 1966 Chevrolet Caprice, but it comes from a factory with a high performance 396 in it. And this car will fly on the interstate. I'm a firm believer. I know what it will do. He redid this car probably 10 to 12 years ago, and it's still in great shape. And this car will fly on the interstate. That's all I got to say. It will run. And he always pick on me about whenever I get ready to get on the interstate, and I already know. I talk to him about it, but I can't stand here with this old car. This old car will actually run, y'all.
Yeah, must I say, this is some pride of mine. This is my 1966 Chevy Caprice. It's all original. It's got the 396 engine in it. It runs and drives great. I start it up every now and then and take it out for a cruise. But I definitely like this old car as well. It's got that old lazy big block, but it's got a nice little rear end in it as well. That I love to pick with my son about this car, about anything that he has, because he knows that this one will really get down the interstate if you're beside it.
Sure.
The interior of this old car is in fairly decent shape. I mean, it's not brand new, but it's not just as worn out as it look as well either. It's been sitting back here for a while. I hadn't started it up in a while, but it's got all the original pieces and whatnot on it as well. Also, I decided to change the exhaust on the car and put floor masters on it. And I put floor masters on the old car, and pretty much that's it. I rebuilt the engine in it years ago. The motor is a 396 that's in the car. It's all original. It's got everything original on it. It starts up great, runs really well. There's nothing not factory on this car. It's got everything original on it. If you guys would like to hear it, I'd like to start it up for you and let you guys get a glimpse of how an old car starts up and actually runs at its highest potential. You make sure the battery's not dead in this old car. Let's try to get her started here. Old cold start. Just sit back here and just fire right up. What do you think about it? Been sitting back here for a long time. We don't have to spray no ether or anything in it, just fired up. Got a pretty nice little sound system in it as well, but I don't think I need to turn that on. You guys can look at the old originality of it. And we also got an optimal battery in here, so that means, you know, that we have to have some high performance voltage to it to make the stereo system play. But that is a true 396 high performance factory built motor, and it runs good, well as expected.
I like this old car, y'all.
You see I also got, it's got the original badges on it. I don't know if you guys can see the badges on it, but it's got the 396 turbojet badges. All of that is all original. And I got the Indy old Firehawk leather tires on it, the original hubcaps and everything. I mean, this car is all original. It needs not much, but just being driven a little.
Yeah.
Needs to be driven a little bit. You can put your whole family in it. I remember days I used to carry my kids to church in it. We had room for everybody else in their family in it. I mean, it's got plenty of room in it.
Sure did.
And that's pretty much it, folks.
So y'all, this is where I get my passion for cars from. My dad. I never asked him this, but since I've been born, he's always been into cars, from box Chevys, Chevrolet Caprices, Buick Regals, Oldsmobile Cutlasses, Camaro SS's, trucks, antique trucks, you name it. My dad had it. So he's always been my role model and inspired me to always want cars and want more in life. So this is who I get it from. I never asked, but who got you into cars?
My parents did. They told me one day that I couldn't drive the car and I wanted to go see him to actually take him some food. And they said, "You're not driving this car today." I said, "Okay." At this point on, I started buying and selling cars. And that's really been my passion. So that's something that I kind of picked up from there.
And that's where I got it from. I can talk to him about hours. I can look at him for hours. My dad gave me my first hot rod when I was 18. He gave me a 1986 Monte Carlo SS that I'd never sell, and so forth and so on. We've been having cars. So I learned from my dad. If I can just count, I'm 26 years old. I know possibly my dad had over 100 cars that he bought, sell, and traded. He also used to be a salesman for 20 years. So he know all about cars. If I have a question, anything go wrong, if I need to call and ask someone, before I ask a mechanic, I call and ask my dad. And he normally 9 times out of 10 be dead on what the problem is. So this is the legend himself. This is who I get my knowledge and passion of cars from. Thank you guys for watching.